Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Mile High Game Guys board gaming podcast. I'm your host, Adrian.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Jeff.
And I lied. It's not another episode. It's an anniversary episode. It's a special occasion.
Yeah.
It's the leather anniversary.
Yes. As we've discovered a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
The third anniversary is the leather anniversary.
Yes. So it is clearly very important to give gifts of leather.
Some fine D&D book covers made of leather.
I'd fucking take it.
Yeah.
I'd be down. But yeah, so it's been 3 years. Well,
It's been roughly, we talked about it on the Wednesday episode, what
so it's
was.
been 3 years.
It's been
150 weeks. So roughly 3 years.
of recording.
Roughly 150 weeks of recording.
Yeah. No matter what, this is what we're calling our anniversary, and that's enough.
Yes.
Yes. It's usually sometime in late June, early July.
Correct. As it slowly, then eventually be like, it's our 7th anniversary in December.
On our 470th episode.
Nah, at some point,
that math does not work out no matter
That's
what.
just what we're calling our anniversary, man. Just like Jesus. Was Jesus really around December?
so you're saying we're going to move our anniversary to December to take over a pagan holiday?
I mean, by our 7th year, we will be bigger than Jesus.
But what about the Beatles, though? That's the real question.
We're already bigger than the Beatles.
Because this takes place in the yesterday
Yeah.
universe where the Beatles don't exist.
Yes.
Correct.
So by default, we are bigger than them.
100%.
Yeah.
We got there.
Yeah, we got it.
That's the episode. I just don't know where to go from there. Threw me off my game. I can't imagine being bigger than Jesus. I don't know if you know this.
That's why I feel like maybe Jeff and I are bigger than Jesus. Because I feel like
Yeah, who knows?
height-wise, people were shorter back then. I don't know about you, but
Yeah. Adrian's probably average height for
yeah.
It's been
year zero.
It's been a fun run as we've now alienated everybody who has any at all religious beliefs.
And
just
all
fled.
Beatles fans.
And all Beatles fans. We're going to have 2 people left who listen to us.
Good for me.
That's fine.
Those 2 people get us.
Yeah. They know us. And that's what really counts.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's also the 4th of July here.
Yep. I don't know.
This is post 4th of July, so hopefully everyone survived.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. This will come out the day after. I will be going to work at 4 fucking a.m.
On Friday?
on Friday, the
Gross.
day this releases.
I will not be going to work
Well,
the day after 4th of July.
I know I will be at work at 4 a.m., which means
Yeah.
I'll be going to work at 3:30.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to just stay up all night.
Pass.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Do you have to do a 12-hour shift?
No, I have to do an 11-hour shift.
I would sleep.
I would sleep.
I
I'll tell you this.
4 to 2:30.
During our drive to Geekway, which was about an 11-hour-ish drive, that one, I more or less stayed up all night, except for the hour or so we slept in the car.
The little nap.
Yeah, the little
But not
nap
much.
then. And I was not, I couldn't work on machinery at the end of that, so.
I was
Well,
running
that's
off,
fine. I just need to make it through the shift. I don't need to work on machinery after the shift.
I was running off spike.
Yeah, you were.
I didn't even get sleepy. That stuff was potent.
Wonder if I can find Spike here in Denver.
You can.
Yeah. I've got 2 cans just sitting at home.
All right. I might need to-
Aging.
I might
Yeah. It's some nice aged energy drink.
It somehow produces more B12.
The B12 is gaining sentience quickly inside those cans.
Oh, shit. All right. So this is already off to a very traditional start. We're going very throwback with just rambly nonsense. I'm going to bring it back
I don't
to
think
focus
that's
a little bit.
I was going to say, I don't think that's a throwback. I think that's just.
Throwback to Wednesday?
Exactly. Now, we've tightened it up a little bit over the years.
Yeah, we didn't
We're
even
not
talk
quite-
about what I did this week on our Wednesday episode.
That's true.
Skipped over me.
I think it's because I was watching the clock on the recording and I was like, shit, it's already been
fuck
30
Jeff.
minutes.
We had to talk about movies, okay?
Yeah.
Movies you didn't see.
Yeah,
So.
but I did not attend in any way, shape, or form.
What about your week, Jeff? How was your week?
I locked my keys in my car.
Well, you talked about that already.
Yeah.
On the Wednesday
And then
episode.
I had a big doctor's appointment
Yeah.
where they had to see if I was going to get surgery or not. And then they kicked that can down another 8 fucking weeks. So
See, that's also it, is that we knew that nothing important happened.
No.
So there wasn't.
yeah.
You saw a very flooded street.
It took me like 5 hours to go to a doctor's appointment today. That was a nightmare.
Yeah.
You found out they're going to be ultrasonicking your leg,
I get some sort of weird ultrasonic bone growth machine hooked up to my leg.
which may now, I think, because I don't remember if you mentioned that during the what was going on in our week,
Uh-huh.
but I know you used that for your sign off
I
on
know.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
So now people have the context.
Absolutely.
It's all part of the master plan.
Yeah.
Well, I think that actually, speaking of your broken leg, leads nicely into
Did you say lean? Leans
Leads.
nicely? Oh, I heard
Leads
leans
nicely.
nicely.
Yeah.
About
Leads.
your broken leg.
I can lean on it.
Yeah, no,
I can
you
stand on it.
leads nicely into the first part of this episode where we talk about how the last year has been for us, how year 2 of Mile High Game Guys.
So July 2018 to July 2019.
No. Oh, yes. You said July, and for some reason in my brain it went January, and I was like, no, that's
Now we could do July to June because technically
yes.
Yeah.
it's the first now. So yeah. End of our fiscal year
Yeah.
as it is.
June fiscal year.
Yeah.
So Jeff, since we apparently forgot you on Wednesday talking about personal things, how's your year been, buddy? How was July 2018 to June
How was
2019
the first
treated you?
half of that year?
Pretty great.
Okay.
It was pretty good from like July to January, I would say.
Yeah.
I'd met a nice lady that was around for a couple months, and then I broke my leg, and then she broke up with me, and
Just
then
breaks on breaks.
Yeah, and then I have a bunch of medical debt, so I've got that going for me,
Which is nice.
which is nice.
Yeah.
Um,
At least you can go bankrupt and not have to pay that.
yeah,
It's not like student loan where it just follows you.
yeah, and still have a job. I had a job that whole time.
You did. And it moved places.
Yeah.
I think that officially, Jeff, makes you
the most employed Mile High
current-
Game guy.
The current leader of longest continually employed MHGG individual.
I don't think I've ever been like jobless since like high school.
Well-la-dee fucking da.
Yeah,
Good for you.
worked all through college, all through high school. Always had a job.
I basically like every.
I just want to be like, can I just be like, not? Can I not work?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, it's very easy to not have to work.
It's shockingly easy.
It's the other thing, the other parts of life, like living it, that's the
That
part
gets complicated?
That gets complicated.
Okay.
That gets tricky.
Yeah,
Find yourself somebody to just leach off of, and you'll be fine.
great.
You were so close, man.
Oh,
So
absolutely. Yes,
close.
so close.
I mean, maybe if you went back and like just moved in with your grandparents, maybe they.
They got a nice house.
Yeah, they do.
I mean,
You do.
Yeah.
It's a nice place.
Yeah.
You'd be close to CJ again.
Yeah.
So that means you're
just
still
gonna leave. He's
well,
just like,
especially
damn, you
once
guys
I
make
tell
some
him
good
you
points.
can still play Kingdom Death Monster there because of CJ.
Because
So-
CJ has all
Yeah, exactly.
all of it as
Exactly.
well.
I think we just convinced Jeff to leave Denver
It's
on
like
accident.
I don't leave Kingdom Death Monster. I just go to a new one.
Yeah.
Let's see. August, right after our second anniversary, I had my first like big old media badge going to Gen Con.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I-
you took over for me on the.
yeah.
and we actually stayed at hotels at Gen Con.
Yes.
Instead of
An Airbnb.
30 minutes away or 10 minutes away.
Yeah. We will once again be like 12 minutes away.
Yes.
But we don't get front door service.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when we
Don't-
get blind drunk on Wednesday, we will have to lift home.
Yeah.
Don't talk too much about Gen Con. We'll come back to conventions.
Yeah.
Because that's all game and podcast related. This is
Yeah.
personal.
Oh.
How have you been, Jeff?
I
Highlights for you.
finally got a bigger warehouse at work. Finally. Except now the place we're leasing from is wanting to move, so we'll probably have to move again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We'll move with them
Oh.
into their new space. But
What a goddamn disaster.
yeah, so we've been in there for
Why don't you just buy the old space?
8 months, 9 months, or something like. I don't know.
Epic's so
We-
shit ran.
We wouldn't be buying it. We'd be leasing it. The people that are there now are leasing it from another
Oh.
company, so they are. We would still just have to lease it. So
and then you could not have to wear hairnets and
Yeah.
smocks.
it wouldn't
and-
be a produce company anymore. We'll find out how that shakes out here in the next couple months, but we might just have to move again. The entire company like turned over, so it's like all new people. I'm like 10th most veteran at like
Jesus
almost 2
Christ.
years. It's like owners, like all the Salt Lake people are still there, but like in Denver, it's like the brewers, like one cellarman, and some taproom people are the only people that were there when I started.
Jesus Christ.
Ant's,
Shit show.
Ant's gone.
Yeah, Ant left in this last year.
Yeah.
I came and went all in the last year.
Yep.
Or no, I think I was working there at the anniversary last year. I think I started in like March last year.
Yeah, something like that. But I'll be going to GABF again. That's always fun.
Nice.
But like all the salespeople are new, so I can't get in on any cool like beer fests anymore because I don't know anyone in sales.
Oh, that
Yeah.
really sucks.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Anything else? Personal life you wanna chime in on for your last year?
I mean, just healing a leg for the most part
With science.
with science. Yeah, I think so.
Right on.
Well,
Zach, what about you? How's personal life been treating you over year 2 of the MHGG?
Various levels of meh. Still work at Lyft, although it's not my car anymore. It's the one that I rent. So I'm trying to get a new job back, get a regular job again. I am still at my current place, but I have a roommate now, which is fine, and I still have an annoying cat that I like.
yeah, I'm glad you included that. I was like, dude, you like your cat.
Yes,
it's very fluffy.
yes, she is. Once again, I have taught her to fist bump with her head, but she will also come up and randomly hit my power button on my computer and turn it off while I'm playing. That is the level of cat that I am working with.
Yeah,
I mean, otherwise, more like seeing a lot more movies now, which I'm happy
you
about.
got the Alamo movie
Yeah,
pass.
I
I
did.
feel like you scored the greatest win of all of us.
Yeah.
You and Ant both got it right.
We did, yes. And once again, I think it was based on when you joined the program, because Ant and I joined it first, I know, and then much later, you guys and
I feel like I was right behind you in joining it. I don't know.
I feel I was pretty early in there, but
No.
I'm not like one dying to like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm not in here like Paul.
yes. But that's also because he sees,
We see a lot more movies than you.
yeah,
I mean, I see movies. It's just expensive.
yes. Well, hence he
That's
sees a
why
lot
we
more.
want that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that has been good. We got the new theater right near Adrian and I.
Yeah.
So,
I like how you were so close to saying us.
Yes,
And
and
then
I was
you were
like,
like, yeah.
I mean, it's a 14-minute drive versus like a 16-minute drive,
Yeah.
so it's not like. But with traffic, it's always going to be a nightmare depending on what time it is.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but otherwise, not much personally. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Right
sort of in the middle of moving between the anniversary
Yep.
last year and this year.
Yeah. For me, it's been all over the place. It's basically like the first 6 months were kind of shit. And then the next 6 months were like half shit and then a lot better. So shortly after the anniversary, Megan bought a house. And so we did the whole move, which was awesome. Like, so now we own this house. It's been that's awesome. But then we've been in the house less than a year and I've had to replace a toilet. Thanks, Jeff. We had a pipe burst.
You got a nicer toilet though.
But yeah, so I've been doing the adventures in home ownership for a home I don't own. But part of the whole deal I have with Megan, like, I'm handy, so she keeps me around. I fix things when they break.
Yeah.
It's just kind of my deal.
Fix my car now, Adrian.
What's wrong with your car now?
Megan's car.
Oh, I put a lot of that car back together when she pulled it up after that accident.
Fair enough.
there were pieces hanging off everywhere.
Did you try and buff it like I asked you to? Yeah.
All better now.
Yeah.
It in fact did not buff out, Zach. It was a little bit more than a buffer could handle.
I mean, I feel like all those oil spots I saw, I feel like you didn't really try and do it.
I didn't buff out the back. I tried to buff the front. It was where there was less damage.
Exactly. It wasn't enough damage to fix it with the buff.
I don't know how that logic works, but
It
okay.
works. It works.
Sure, I'll go with it. I was working at Epic when we did our last anniversary, and I never really liked it, which influenced my my effort levels, and so then I didn't work at Epic anymore.
Yeah.
And then I did a brief period of unemployment again, because I've had multiple of those, Jeff. It's like it's a fairly regular occurrence in my life. I had a decent one after I got out of the Navy, and then I had a decent one after college, and then I had a decent one after I lost my one job at the shop, and then I had a little bit of one after Epic. They just come. They're just a thing. And then I worked for 2 weeks at an appliance repair place that was the worst. It was like making me want to crawl back to Epic and be like, please, I will do almost anything.
Well, everyone else quit too, so.
Yeah. But then I got a great job, and I'm very happy at my new job. I've been there a little over 3 months, and I haven't had what I would call a bad day yet.
That's good.
My worst days so far have been just like, well, it was a 12-hour shift on a Sunday where nothing happened. And so I just spent a lot of time on the internet.
Still got the same paycheck.
Still got the same fucking paycheck. So that's been really nice. Yeah. We had a dog who's awesome. Love the dog. So personal life, A-okay. Enough of that. How'd the podcast go for the last year? Jeff, you took over being the point of contact at Gen Con.
Yeah.
You guys still do Gen Con.
Mm-hmm.
Geekway became like a podcast trip that I had to take one year off. I'm really bummed I broke the streak.
Yeah.
The streak of
1, 2,
3. Well, 2. You went twice.
Yeah, well, I wanted it to be like a thing that I once I found out about it, I went to all of them. And then I just immediately had to be like, nope.
Well, I mean, you could have lied and then just disappeared. You could have said you gotten kidnapped and then you just went to Geekway instead. And then you could just ask us to not have you any pictures, and then we would blackmail you.
Megan's not involved in any of our social media. So.
No, I mean, I would like Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just Facebook tag me.
And then blackmail you for your new good company money for to not post those pictures.
Yeah.
So
it
could have been a lot more fun for everybody.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yeah. No conventions for me this year.
Except for you went to a local one, but that was about it.
Yeah, we did that. Well, that's true. I did do for Mile High Dungeon Delvers, which is podcast related.
Yeah.
I'll include that. I went to Hexacon and did some live recordings there and did a panel about role-playing games. And that was awesome. And then I played some games there. And made a good contact with the guy who runs Hexacon, so that Mile High Game Guys will probably do a live one there next year in January, and do a lot more stuff with Hexacon. It's a growing convention.
Denver doesn't have any like big / good board game conventions.
I think Hexacon's on the right trajectory.
How many years have they done it?
This was their second year,
okay.
So they're coming up on their third. And they've already, from people I talked to who were there for both years, it made really good strides. And then I know some of their plans for next year. I actually really liked the space they were in. It's like up at 120th, so it's a bit north.
Okay,
but it pulls down like some of the Fort Collins crowd and the Boulder crowd.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But the space is really cool. Like the hotel's actually the convention area is really nice. And they have a nice bar that you can get the drinks from the bar and then take them into the rest of the hotel. So you can drink there a lot easier than in a lot of conventions I've gone to.
That's true.
They had a lot of cool break-off rooms and stuff. So, it's not big enough to house like a fucking Gen Con or something, but...
Yeah, that's also 67,000 people.
Yeah. They got a long ways to go to get there.
That's a convention center and a football stadium.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and I know that HeavyCon moved, so you couldn't go to that this year.
Unfortunately, I missed HeavyCon because which that was probably the most devastating thing board game related that happened to me this year, was the seemingly very rapid collapse of Heavy Cardboard Denver side of things.
Well, the complete removal of...
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, because it started with there was some drama, and then when initially Edward and Amanda announced their divorce, But it was like they did a show and they're like, hey, we're getting divorced, but we're still going to do the show together and things are going to be good. And then it was like a month later, it was like, nope, Amanda's moving to Florida, Edward's moving to Boston, and Heavy Cardboard is leaving Denver entirely. And it was like, well, shit.
There was your heavy game contact.
Yeah.
Gone.
And the whole game group around them kind of fragmented. It's starting to rebuild a little bit, which is nice. I haven't been able to really participate. They're starting to do like Tuesday heavy games downtown. So I want to starting to do that more regularly.
Too bad you live in Westminster.
Yeah.
I still live like downtown.
Yeah, you keep Denver at like the Denver. At least one of the three of us needs to have a Denver residence, so you can be like, "Hey, we're a Denver podcast."
Until we all get priced out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only a matter of time, really.
Yes.
But yeah, so no accolades. We weren't nominated for BGG Best of. None of that. No accolades for these guys.
Well, our BGG Best of plan continues to be the last surviving board game podcast.
Yeah, and unfortunately, people keep starting new ones.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
If there's more than
Just calm down for like 20 years, and then maybe we can ink in.
it's a saturated market.
Yeah.
Stay the fuck out.
Yeah.
Just don't start any more board game podcasts. There's enough of us.
Screw and fuck your hopes and dreams and hobbies.
Great. Well, I mean, if your hobby's podcasting, then you can still have your hobby. Just don't podcast about board games. If your hobby's board games, that's fine. You can have your hobby. Just don't podcast about it.
We filled the
we're real inclusive here.
We
It's like,
filled
so
the
we're not-
last slot.
We're not gatekeeping. There's just a wall now.
Yeah, there's no gate. You can't get in.
Yeah.
Walled garden.
Shitter's full.
So we kept doing the 2-episode thing for the last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Surprise
continued.
announcement. We're going back to 1. It's going to be 4 hours.
It's gonna be a disaster.
Yeah.
Zach's gonna edit the whole thing.
Yep. Still Wednesday episode, Zach.
Yay. We also started doing a couple new segments in the show. One, we did the Look Back Machine.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Spent a year looking back at all the things we did in our first year.
Which was exactly up to this anniversary in 1 episode time units.
Yes.
Yes. I was not really surprised by how many games, even in just year 1, were like, yeah, I haven't played this since.
Yeah. There's still a decent amount that it was like, I want to play it, I just don't have time to.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of them I was just like, oh, we haven't played that since. I haven't even thought about that game since. So
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting continuing the Look Back Machine over the next year as we start getting into because it wasn't until late in our first year that we started doing like more dedicated reviews.
yeah.
And then it was our second year where we started doing the review episodes more specifically. So there's a lot more reviews we'll be covering. We'll be doing the Look Back Machine more often going into year 4.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see if there's more games where
Year
like,
3,
oh,
yeah.
I guess you do that. No, because you do the anniversary at the end of the...
You mean next year?
Yeah. No, like, so for over the course of the next year,
Okay.
as we do the Look Back
Yes.
Machine.
Okay, yeah.
So
Okay.
as we go into year 4. So
Into year 4. Okay. I thought you said past year 4.
no, like going through year 4, looking back at year 2,
Okay, yes.
when there's a lot more reviews that we'll actually be looking at. We
Yeah.
did a lot more reviews in year 2 than we did in year 1. And I'm curious to see what the balance of like games is like. Yeah, I haven't played that since we reviewed it. Moving on. Versus like, oh yeah, I've got like advanced thoughts on that because we've been playing it for 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
We also had started doing one-shots.
Yeah.
Well, I guess because we were doing put to the questions.
Yep.
And then we were like, we did one, and then we did another one 10 weeks later. And we were like, oh, this may be not enough time.
Well, yeah, because we did our first one. We did
As a
like
10.
Huh? Yeah, it was. Then and we did, but we didn't do another one until like 8 weeks later, or 8 months later.
Yes. But
And then
yeah.
that one did really well.
Yes.
And then it was like we tried to do one 10 episodes later. And that
Exactly.
Was like,
Exactly. So we decided to do one-shots, one-shot RPGs. We did Dread Under the Mask the first time.
Yep.
That brought in Wes and Bob. Wes, who's been on the show, but then both of them are in MHGG.
Yep. And it was them being on for that was a big part of why I was like, hey, let's include both of them on MHDD.
Yeah.
I think we did a really good job in year 3 of solidifying our segments.
Yes.
Of and trying to get things on a more regular schedule for
Yes.
some of those things. The first couple of years we were definitely just winging it. Hey, let's do a question thing this one. Let's do this one. And now we try to do more of a structured this.
We have reduced the amount of wingingness that we did previously.
Yeah, there's still a good amount of it.
Yeah.
Shocking amount.
Mm-hmm.
Although in other areas like that we got more flexible. I remember early in year 1, I think it was, or maybe going into year 2, we had done a thing where it was we have 10 episodes, segments, and we'd kind of all early decided to block them off like that. But we were we could do 2 light games, 2 medium games, 2 heavy games, and then have some things to mix in. And that has went away almost entirely.
Yes.
We don't specify trying to make sure to fit in a certain amount of certain types of games anymore. It's more about fitting in certain types of episodes.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that's been the last year of the podcast. Yeah, I did spin off Mile High Dungeon Delvers, but I don't think there's a whole lot. I mean, I could talk about it for forever, but I don't think that's going to be super entertaining for you guys or for the listeners.
Unless you're an MHDD listener.
Yeah, but it's, which statistically, not many of you are. I see the different download numbers.
Yes.
But let's talk a little bit about plans for the future. So there's no major changes coming except for one. And we haven't figured out fully how we're going to implement it, but last anniversary, we talked about hey, we're going to try to get to streaming in year 3, and that didn't quite happen.
But we saved a lot of money.
We saved up, and we actually now have hard plans. We can afford everything. We've saved up enough money.
We have a better location that can actually implement that better.
A permanent solution.
Yes.
So we're...
As long as you make a no break.
Oh, God, don't. She's in the next room.
I know.
No, so we have the house, and even with the new studio, we upgraded mics a little bit after we moved in here.
Yep.
And putting them in a nice little roof rack thing. I've sent pictures out on Twitter in the past. Has worked really well. This room's a little bit small, and the way the mounts for the mics are, there's not really a good spot for a camera to get the table, and the table's not that big, and all of that's going to be solved because over the course of the next month to month and a half, slowly going to start executing a smaller move, but a move nonetheless. We're moving from our basement recording studio spot in the guest room at this house up into what used to be the garage and was converted into a storage room. We're going to remodel in there, get some nice soft floors down, get some good sound dampening curtains, and I already bought a much larger table and going to do a new rack setup for the mics that'll have room for a camera. That's
vintage chairs.
There's one, well, I guess technically they're all vintage, maybe, sort of. One of them is especially vintage.
Yes.
But I don't know if that'll be in any MHGG streams. That'll mostly be Wes's MHDD, DM chair, where he's sitting in a nice, crimson leather smoker chair. Need to give him a
small leather chair.
Yes. It's something spectacular. But no, so we are legitimately close to streaming, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
It's something to be excited about.
That was one of the things we wanted to do when we opened up the Patreon.
Yes.
And through all of that, we were able to get enough to actually do it.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think this is a very appropriate time in this to say a huge thank you to everybody who's supported us on Patreon over the years.
Yes.
All of our patrons, even some of you who might not support us anymore, there's, financial situations change, things like that change. But anybody who's ever given us even a cent has helped us immensely in getting to this point where we're going to be able to actually afford to do some remodels, buy the And it was one of those things that just the more I looked into streaming, and I wanted to do it well. I don't want to half-ass it.
Nope.
Because
Because that's going to look bad.
Yeah, I don't want to go back to
And I've had friends do some bad streaming before.
Oh, yeah.
And so looking into like it just things started like initially I was like, oh yeah, we can get there. Like we just need to buy like an $800 camera. That'll be great. I was like, no. Also need to buy like a several $100 like card for a computer. Oh, I need to put a card. Oh, I need a computer. Oh, I got to get a computer. Got to get cabling. Got to get side cameras. All kinds of things. And it's just the more got in there, it was like, ooh, that costs more and more. And it was still like, hey, we want to like finance. You two going to Gen Con, so cover Gen Con tickets or Geekway tickets and like trying to do things like that, get out, meet fans, all that stuff. And so it just took a little bit longer. But we're there. Like we can taste it.
There's a shopping cart with all of the things on Amazon ready to go.
Yeah, once I sort out the PayPal bullshit, which I'm also very close to sorting out there. But yeah, it was to the point where I wanted to announce like in this episode, like, hey, we're going to take like 2 weeks, 3 weeks off and do all the reconstruction and moving everything. And you guys convinced me to wait until post Gen Con.
Because we'll have a lot of Gen Con content out there.
So we'll not go fully dark. There will be Gen Con content releasing after Gen Con. But we're going to go dark from Wednesday and Thursday episodes for, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 weeks.
Wednesday, Friday, but yes. You said Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay. Because I edit the Friday ones on Thursday, and so that's where that came from.
I mean, I don't call them Tuesday episodes, so.
Yeah, well, you're better than me, Zach.
I also, a lot of times, edit into Wednesday morning, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we will have a little brief period of going dark post Gen Con. There'll be Gen Con episodes and things to kind of tide you over. But we're gonna execute the swap. Megan's excited. She gets a guest room.
Yeah, she gets a room in her house.
Yeah.
And relegates you to the garage where you belong.
Correct. I'm excited because like there's no floor above that one, so
That's
like
true.
no more like walking noises when people are over and we're recording.
We're right under.
We're
the
directly under the
bedroom?
master bedroom. Yeah. The 2 bedrooms are stacked in this house. So we'll be out in the other room. It's also the garage, so it should be a little bit cooler even than down here, I think.
It is ventilated.
It's ventilated. There is an actual vent from the AC in that room too.
And the AC also isn't right near us.
Yeah, so we won't catch as much noise from the actual AC unit.
Exactly.
Because the compressor is just outside the window, and the main like blower and furnace are just on the other side of the wall over there. So we get like double noise there.
Yep.
Which will all help with like editing and audio quality. We won't be doing a live stream of like Game of Thrones and also now as the compressor kicks on. No, so I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
I'm a little dreading it because now it's a whole new skill set I have to learn. Like managing a stream, switching camera angles, like
And God forbid we ever want to like just release a like pre-edited video of some sort.
right.
Yeah.
Ugh, perish the thought.
Yeah.
So but it's here.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, we have done one video piece before
It's true. I have all the files in my computer.
of our Patreon. Thank you. In the
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about the TI3 thing that we tried to do that failed.
Yeah, that was another thing.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that anyone can see if
and
they
I
give
did
us money.
And 2 years ago, a little over a year ago at the AreaCon, I did a video interview.
Oh, yeah. That still hasn't
with
been.
Tony Boydell and Nick Case, quite drunken, late in the evening at the AreaCon.
I'm sure you'll make my interviews look amateurish comparatively.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I was far too drunk to be professional. And I was also kind of in awe. It was very much like I just sat back with a big dumb look on my face while they talked about their games and accomplishments.
So what you're saying is you blew it.
Oh yeah. Well, and especially because the equipment was not prepared. I think it runs through like 4 different recording devices. Like it's a mess.
Okay.
I don't know. I need to try working on it again and see if I can salvage anything out of it.
That would be a good thing to release during the dark period, too. So
Oh yeah, that's true.
The dark times.
Although I'll be busy actually moving things and doing.
Well, just take
remodeling.
Just take 5 of your 20 hours of Stellaris playing and put it towards looking at
that
those.
is a bridge too far. That is a space bridge too far for him.
You are.
Maybe don't build the Dyson Sphere this week.
I will
And
rapidly burn out on Stellaris and reduce my playing significantly. It's just new shiny. But yeah, well,
Mean to you.
I mean, yeah. You also
I
just
was
give it
cool.
to me too.
Huh?
You could also just give it to me too, and then I could work on it because
Oh, the audio file,
Yeah.
the files.
Yeah.
Sure, I can do that.
Problem solved.
there you go.
Cool.
As the editor of the podcast.
Yeah. And you can look at other things while you happen. Be like, I'm tired of hearing Adrian. I'm going to look at cat videos. I'm assuming that's what you do all day.
I mean, you're not completely wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
ASMR.
Yeah.
24/7.
A cat purring. Just
No, just a lady in cat ears purring. Like that.
yeah.
Oh, that's gonna play real well on audio, I'm sure.
What I do on my own time is my own business, Jeff.
I've hit a spot,
Yeah.
clearly.
Yes.
It all starts with anime, and then it goes off from there.
Oh, anime.
Oh God.
Kami-sama. Continue.
So we're taking a slight break on video changeover.
Yes. Post Gen Con. So there'll be like another month, and we'll start actively like mentioning that more and more. Like, hey, this is coming. This is coming. We're also going to be tweaking the Patreon a little bit, getting better aligned there with goals, and especially now that we've met most of the goals that we set out on the Patreon, we're going to come up with some new goals, new things like that. Come up with some more sustainable like rewards.
Yeah.
Like one of the rewards we have right now is like cutting room floor MP3s.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like we came up with that back when we used to cut like entire Kickstarters out. Like, oh yeah, to get down to time length, let's cut out like 2 Kickstarters.
Back in the like year, and whereas now
Where we had like 15 minutes of just general banter that we could just toss.
Yeah. And now we've tightened up our recording process so much that the things we cut are like
Pee breaks.
Yeah.
legit like
And it'll be like 20 or 30 seconds of silence, and then it'll be like off mic. You'll just, hey Jeff, you want to look at this real quick?
Sure. That's really, that SNL thing was real funny.
yeah. And that's actually, I can even tell looking at the audio, that's better than it usually
Yeah,
is.
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
The cutting room MP3s now are like the bloopers at the end of the episode.
Yes, pretty much.
So we're revamping something like that and trying to get caught up on actually fulfilling our end of the bargain.
Yeah.
Which we're really excited about. No other major changes. I mean, the video is a huge change for the show.
We're gonna try and do some merch eventually, or something like that.
Get more stickers.
Yeah,
Get more t-shirts.
Jeff and Zach will have badge stickers at Gen Con, so you can rep Mile High Game Guys on your Gen Con badge.
I'm sure you can find them at a Gray Fox Games booth near you.
Yeah, we'll leave a few at the Gray Fox Games booth. Zach and Jeff will be wandering around with handfuls of them in their pockets.
And what dice we have left, probably.
You still have a decent amount.
Yeah.
Might order more dice soon.
Get on some of those Blood Bowl dice orders.
Yeah.
And then basically, like once I've ordered everything for the live stream, then the next couple months worth of Patreon money will go to stocking up merch and stuff, getting our merch store on the website, milehighgameguys.com, getting that launched and loaded.
Like t-shirts or the stickers.
Yeah.
Something beer related. I know whatever it is going to be.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going to do at least one round of like basic pint glasses. Yeah. But I also like, the Colorado like free beer glasses they do every year?
Yeah.
The craft beer. I want to do like that style of glass.
It's like Craft Beer Guild, Colorado Craft Beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a free like keep the glass event every year, and they always have cool different designs. We'll just have one design, and it'll just be one thing. But
they are nice designs.
I really like those style of glasses.
Yeah.
So speaking of, I have this glass here to pour my beer
with this
into.
beer that you're holding.
So the whole reason I brought the glass down was to pour the beer into it.
Yeah.
And then I drank half the beer.
Because we're actually drinking beer, all of us this time.
I know, we're back to doing that.
Yeah, I can technically drink as I
are you
to.
done with your Blood Thin Earth?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm free and clear to drink as much as I want.
No
Nice.
more embolisms.
No.
Promise us, Jeff.
Until, I have to have another surgery, and then there's like more embolism chance, but...
As far as we know, there's no more surgery coming.
Yeah. Well, fibula, maybe.
We're just positive thinking, Jeff.
Yeah. the fibula is, it's either going to remain completely broken for the rest of my life, or they do surgery. It's not going to heal.
Oh, really?
But it doesn't bother me, so it can just be broken forever.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Like your fibula is not weight bearing. So
Yeah.
What the fuck is the point of a fibula?
it uses there's like anchor points for various tendons in your leg.
Which
that
are
on your
important.
fibula.
I can't
Yeah,
imagine
but
that fucks.
I don't know.
You're gonna be able to snowboard with a broken fibula, Jeff?
That's really what I'm worried about. Is like I get on the mountain in October and then I'm like, holy shit, this is now really bothering me because how you snowboard using that, especially because it's my front leg.
Yeah.
Like I'll be twisting that a lot more than normal just walking and things like that. So that's what they're worried about. They're worried about me starting to do things that I want to do that didn't, and then it hurts and bothers me, and then they have to do something about it.
Right.
So that's kind of what stage we're at.
Gotcha.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, you should figure out if you need to get that before this year ends, Jeff.
Yes.
No, yeah, and that's why. Like, if I were you, I'd just be like, no, fuck it, surgery.
Yeah,
fix,
and that's
fix
why
this fucking fibula.
Today's doctor appointment that kicked it 8 weeks down the line
Sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goddamn, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But currently, the shattered fibula doesn't really hurt at all.
Well, that's good.
That's good.
Can I kick it?
Probably.
I don't want.
I haven't had anyone kick it, so
Well, there's no time like the present.
yeah. I mean, I can put pressure on it. It's
Zach, I
not
think
like-
you're closer to kicking distance under the table.
Even if I was farther away, I'd still be closer.
Suck it, you short bastard.
hate you guys.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's keep this train rolling here a little bit.
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo.
So we're going to video.
motherfucker.
We're changing studios. We're going to take a couple week break.
Yep.
But who knows what will happen?
Yep. And we haven't fully. We'll announce as leading up to that and going through that. We'll announce what our plans are for, like,
how it affects
mixing video into, because we don't really any of us have a lot more time. In our schedules.
I don't know if we have an entire extra
day
to So
it'll be some kind of a balancing act. Like, so one thing, like, I know Megan, she's not as interested in being on the podcast side of things, but she's totally down to, like, do, every other week a 2-player heavy game stream. So, like,
because she was on Heavy Cardboard all the time.
yeah, she went on heavy cardboard streams. Like, she's totally down for that. And there's other people, so it might even be a thing where, like, sometimes I run a stream with some people for a heavy game that you guys aren't interested in.
Or I bring Ant over and we fucking play Blood Bowl for 2.5 hours.
That's true.
Start doing Blood Bowl streams, things like that, starting to try and work around to where, like, it might not always be all three of us, but there'll be streams.
There'll be something.
Content.
Yes.
Wednesdays are staying for sure.
Yes.
Podcast
Fridays are
is
in
here.
flux.
Yep. Podcast is here. Friday is usually that review, discussion, etc. that will probably turn to just videos.
Which, we might just start incorporating into a video.
Yeah.
Like a review, we could maybe just play the game we're going to review and then review it on the stream.
Yeah. Do
I don't
our
know.
usual final thoughts, etc.
Yeah, so we're working through how we're going to incorporate all that exactly, and more information to come as we.
Shockingly, more
Sort that
hours
out.
weren't added to the day.
Yeah.
I just need a whole nother day. So really, what I need 8-day weeks, but I still only work 4 days of them.
Yep.
That'd be perfect.
Smarch.
But let's move on here a little bit. So last year, Zach, on our anniversary, you did some hot stats.
I did.
The hottest of stats.
The hottest of stats.
Because the first year, Ant did hot stats.
Yep.
Where he talked about, like, how often we said butt
Uh-huh.
or things like that.
Or
I don't have that.
No. Not butt.
Doo-doo.
Yeah, there was doo-doo and butt.
Yeah.
And probably something else.
That was by listening through the entire first year of the podcast
Yeah.
again.
Which was easier back then.
Back then. I didn't have that time. But it's more reminiscent of what I did last year. So for all of the podcasts, we had 9.
Is this just the last year?
The last year.
This is the last year.
Okay.
This is everything that the three of us, that MHGG did.
This does not include MHGD.
No, that'll be later. We have 9,394 minutes roughly.
Wait, one more time?
9,394 minutes.
Damn, we didn't break 10,000
No, we
minutes.
didn't. I think we did last year.
It's about 156 and a half hours.
It is, yes. Which comes out to roughly about 3 hours a week.
Okay.
And, our longest episode, was episode 117, now with 50% less bullshit. 2 hours, in 30 minutes and 5 seconds.
That was very
I
appropriately
know.
named.
Yes, it was. And then our second most was Put to the Question 4 at 2 hours and 18 minutes.
I remember that being a fairly long episode.
Yes.
With a lot of questions.
Our shortest one was that interview with Uli from Spielworks, which was like 13 minutes.
Yeah.
Our longest review was Brass, Birmingham and Lancashire, at an hour and 52 minutes and 11 seconds.
Okay.
And then Roland Wright's one. The Roland Wright one. So we had 3 different ones. That
First roll and write set.
Exactly. That was an hour and 51 minutes
Wow.
and 18 seconds, which was surprising.
That was probably Welcome to, Gons, and
Yes.
And roll to the top.
Yep.
Yep.
Our most downloaded episode was Tsukiyumi, our review of it, which is also our most downloaded episode ever, which is great. And then it was followed by Brass, our review of that one.
Okay.
So,
there's probably not many reviews of that first edition of Tsukiyumi out there.
No.
yeah. And I know them having the link on there definitely helped.
I'm sure.
Yes.
For you, Adrian.
Okay.
So Jeff and I spent 9,000 minutes of our time doing this podcast. That's even more than that because this is edited
Yes.
down.
That was released length.
That was release length.
It's about 5 hours each week that we
4 to
spend,
5. Yeah. So even more than that, but this
not
is
counting editing that you
no,
are individually
obviously
doing.
not. Obviously not. For Mile High Dungeon Delvers, it was an extra 2,885 minutes, 8.5 minutes. So about another 48 hours of doing that. So that's about basically 203 hours. So taking out the 2 episodes of Time Stories that we did, which was an hour, 127 minutes and 75 seconds, Adrian spent at a minimum 12,151.75 minutes not spending time with Megan. So that comes out to about 202.5 or it's like 200 hours, 202 hours, which the average hiking speed is about 3 miles per hour. So they could have hiked 607.5 miles, which the Colorado part of the Continental Divide Trail is about 650 miles. So you could have done 93% of that with Megan, and instead you were doing podcast stuff. That doesn't include any of the editing that we've done. And like we said, that's only purely editing content. So I hope you
Edited
feel
content.
I hope you feel that it was worth it.
and there should be another 3 hours of Mile High Game Guys that was supposed to be released on Saturday that I'm behind on.
What, on Saturday?
Oh,
Mile
Mile
High
High
Dungeon Delvers. It was
MHGG.
supposed to have released on Saturday.
Gotcha.
That will release tomorrow. That should have been on there.
Yeah.
So
Maybe you could have gotten 94%
Yeah.
of the Continental Divide.
oof.
Yep.
Megan and I are fast walkers. I bet we could get 100%.
Yeah.
Your expert levels.
Yes. I don't know. It's like a majority of that is at like, or at least parts of it is 10,000 plus feet.
Yes.
And then, so yeah, how those hot stats were.
That hurts. I like how you found a way to make me feel pain physically in the hot stats section.
Yep.
I mean, how long's the Appalachian Trail? Like 21?
I
so
looked
much longer.
I looked that up and I was like, it's got to be like 700 miles, and then it's like 2,100
2,190 miles.
Exactly. And I was like, oh, that is long. And then I was like, what about any of those other trails? And I was like, oh, the Continental Divide's about 3,000 miles. Oh, I got to shrink it down. How about the Colorado part of it? Oh, 650? Perfect.
Got it.
You sneaky bitch. So now that we've done hot stats for the year, thanks for that, Zach.
You're welcome.
I'm only moderately devastated right now.
I was
Don't,
like, you
don't
want me
ever
to
share that information with Megan, because
She could never find
if
where.
she could quantify.
It's my anniversary present to you guys.
So moving on from hot stats, though, it's time for our annual tradition of win, lose, banana. So we're gonna play. I don't know how many should we play. Do we want to settle on a set amount?
First, an amount.
Okay.
First to 3.
First to 3, sure.
So that's at max
9.
9.
8.
No,
7. Boom.
7.
At most 7. There we go.
Okay.
Math.
All right, so Zach, you want to give our listeners a quick rundown of how to play Win, Lose, Banana?
Yeah. So
And only our listeners. Just make sure you tell them because they probably don't know how to play this game.
No, it's fine. So in Win, Lose, or Banana, you get dealt one of 3 cards, and if you get win, congratulations, you've won. But someone else will get lose, and you have lost, which sucks. The other person gets banana, and the banana's job is to choose win, because if the banana chooses win, you both win. But if the banana chooses lose, the banana and win lose, but lose wins.
So Lose wants Banana to choose them,
Yes,
and Win wants Banana to choose them.
obviously, because they want to win.
Yeah, and Banana wants to choose Win because they want to win.
Yeah, they don't want to choose lose because they don't want to lose.
So this game works fantastically well with us because every time I'm Win, we're all going to lose.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've got Win, Lose, Banana written on
Yep.
3 cards here. So Jeff, there's your card. Zach, there's your card. We'll look at them here. Should I announce on air for our listeners what I have?
Depends if you have banana or not.
I do not.
No, he doesn't. I have banana.
Well, he has lose.
Well, obviously.
I have
yeah.
win.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, naturally.
Naturally?
Yeah,
Okay.
because of course, it doesn't matter what I have. You're going to pick Jeff, so you might as well just find
I
out
don't know.
whether you
Half
win or
the
lose.
time I picked Jeff last time, he was a loser, which made me lose.
Yeah.
But Adrian is telling the truth that he does have lose.
I mean, I said it doesn't matter what I have.
Okay.
I have not claimed what I have yet.
Well, he has
What-
lose, so
Is that what you're claiming, that you have lose? Or is that you claiming you have win?
I'm claiming it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I have Win, but you're not going to pick me. You're going to pick Jeff.
no, because I have win.
Okay.
Of course he says that.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's fighting so hard. He knows
We
you're
all
going to
know
choose
you
him.
probably shouldn't choose Adrian anyways. So
Again, yeah, because what we're facing right now is a podcast vote
Yes.
of who you should choose.
Oh, God.
And then that means you're going to choose Jeff.
Podcast vote means Zach and Jeff, Zaf.
yes,
And it's so I got to go Zaf.
I mean, you said loser wins.
Jeff.
If
I win.
yeah.
Yeah. See,
Zap.
I had lose.
Yeah.
There was really no getting around that on that one.
Yeah.
All right, so you each have 1 win.
Yeah.
correct.
So actually, it'll be far less than
It will.
7.
It will, yes.
I forgot that there's a possibility for more than one person to win a given
That's
round.
true.
I have a scorecard here. for
All right,
of us.
scorecard. All right, there you go, Jeff. There you go, Zach.
What are the odds? I am banana once again. Is this your chance?
I win this time.
Are you sure?
It wasn't an exact same deal.
Okay.
I'm actually win.
How do you feel about that exact same deal?
I think that Adrian continues to be fibber.
Yeah, Fibber?
Yes.
Okay. So you're saying that you have win.
I do have win.
I
Okay.
mean, I went most of the last time trying to like low play it, like, oh, I'm not claiming what I have.
And that's his like long-term strategy for this game, and it's not going to work.
Okay.
I have win.
You have win.
You got to at least mix it up. I mean, really, what are the odds it was the exact same deal?
I would say about 50-50. I just pulled those out of my head, actually.
That's distinctly not true.
Given that I have banana, then it would be 50-50 on whether it was the same or not.
That's not at all how that kind of statistics work.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's mix it up by choosing Jeff again.
Fuck
I'd
you,
lose.
Zach. All right, well,
That's
This
2
might-
wins for Jeff.
Yeah, it is.
so now you can't choose Jeff anymore until you've chosen me at least once for a
Well,
win
why
pair.
not you? You gotta choose me.
Well, if I get banana,
Yeah, just stop giving me banana. You're the one
Is the
shuffling.
goal of the game to be the one that won? I mean, in our tournament rules that we're using for win, lose, banana, of course, it's first to 3.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's got to be a better way to actually do rules for this game, to where you can, I don't know, like, because it
Fairly
can't be
do what you
banana
need to
because
do.
not everybody's gonna always get to be banana.
yeah.
That's
Well, I
true.
mean, I'm banana.
You're
this
banana
time.
this time?
I'm banana.
You're
this
banana
time.
this
Nice.
time.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
I choose Zach.
All right.
well, that's convenient because Jeff still doesn't win.
Yeah, I will.
Didn't even give me a chance.
Boom.
Not that I was gonna try because I don't want Jeff to.
But now
fucking-
it's 2 to
2
2 to 0.
I don't like this game.
I've clinched
Clinched.
the Zaf.
Well, yeah.
It's so really I just need to make sure There's no way for me to win.
Unless you,
No, because if I lose, you guys win.
Yeah.
So it was either tie us up with Zach,
Yeah.
or
he won.
I win.
Yeah. So, I mean, that makes...
Well, I need clearly. One of you is gonna win. There's no
Yep.
there is no way for me to win because any point I get, one of you will get a point.
Yeah.
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 Steal it out.
That might not be true.
Well, I'm the banana again.
If you choose,
If I choose...
God damn
see,
it!
if-
I can't win. I needed to get banana. No, because even if I got banana, I can't win.
So I've got win,
Okay.
which means we both get a point. We
Uh-huh.
both get 3-0.
He is fucking full of shit. I don't care. I will let Jeff can lose. I want at least one goddamn point. Pick me, Zach. Do you think I would give Jeff the win? Do you really trust me to give Jeff the win and
Right
deny
now he's
you
at that
the
big
point?
goose egg.
I know.
Do you want the chance?
So you have a choice here, Zach. Do you want to win but give me a point, or do you want Jeff to win, Soul, Victor, and me get 0?
I mean, that's brilliant.
What's more important, you winning or me getting no points? That's really what the question is.
Oh,
That's a really hard dilemma.
I really don't know about this.
Yeah. This tournament structure really changes up the game.
It does. It does.
Well, you have to add the tournament structure
Yeah.
to
But here's
to
also my
balance
thing,
off the
too. Is like,
podcast
yes,
vote.
if I choose Jeff, we could both win, or Jeff wins. If I choose Adrian, either I'll win by myself, or Adrian gets a point that won't matter at the end.
Yeah.
So I feel
mean,
like that's the safe choice for me. So I'm going to choose you.
Congratulations, Zach.
Boom!
You're the winner. Fuck you, Jeff. You started this Adrian shit hate train. And
mean, it's
I don't know
fine.
if I did.
or at least got a point.
It's fine, though, because he's still last. So
That's true.
That's true,
That's
right?
true.
It's
Yeah.
still like 1, 2.
That's
3.
the most important thing is that I lose.
Yes.
All right. Annual win-lose banana tradition ends now.
Well, we'll have video, so then we could do something more interesting, like advanced win, lose, or banana.
Yeah.
Sure.
Does that exist?
don't
I'm sure
think-
we can
I-
come up with something.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right.
Well, it's like how like tic-tac-toe is stupid and solved, but you can play tic-tac-toe inside tic-tac-toe, and it makes it more interesting.
Okay.
So we'll have to figure out something with that.
Yes. All right. I think it's time to move on to the crux of the episode, the part where we let other people tell us how great we are, aka listener feedback, because we got a bunch of it, and so I think we should get into it. So we're ready to move on to some listener feedback then. So we set up a voicemail for people to call in and leave us voice messages. And for the first, so we announced it on our Wednesday and Friday episodes last week. And we said that everybody had until Saturday, the end of Saturday, to get theirs in, and they'd be entered in for a $50 CSI gift card. So everybody who got it in by Saturday will do that drawing at the very end of the episode. Then on Sunday morning, I tweeted out like, "Hey, if you want to give us some feedback, you can, call in and leave a voicemail." And we got a couple of those. So we have a bunch of voicemails that we're going to play from actual listeners who decided to call in and congratulate us. We had some emails and we had some BGG responses. So we're going to do a small block of voicemails that we'll react to in live time. Like we're going to play them right now. I think I've listened to a decent amount of them as they came in because I was curious about audio quality. You guys haven't hardly listened to any. Yeah, I know you caught a little bit of like 1 or 2, Zach, while we were waiting for Jeff to get here. Jeff, have you listened to any of them?
I don't think so.
All right. So this will be live reactions from 2/3 of us. And there's a couple that I eventually stopped listening to them when I was satisfied that the audio quality was good enough. Unfortunately, I listened to Boyd's, but that's not an unfortunate I listened to Boyd's because Boyd's is bad. It's unfortunate because I know it's great. And I wish I could have got my initial reaction to it on live on air. But also I know that it's going to be the last one. So, Boyd, you are one of the earlier people to call and leave us a message, but yours is going to be at the end because it's going to wrap things up nicely. You did a good job, sir. All right, so here we go. First up comes from someone with an 862 area code. I don't know where that is, but here's their message to us.
Hi guys, Monster Mark the Monster here. Just calling to say happy 3 years. Really enjoy the conversational podcast that you guys have created and the fact that it's not entirely focused on board games. We get to know you guys a little bit better each week with your hobbies and life outside of the board games, and I think it adds a lot to the show. All right, thank you very much. Here's to another year. Bye.
Thank you, you monster,
Yes,
for giving us $1 a month.
Yes. I also appreciate that he spun our random bullshit about our lives into a positive for the show.
Yeah.
Some people are like, man, I hate it when podcasters tell me about their day. I don't give a shit. Tell me about what your podcast is about. I disagree. I like to hear about people. Makes me feel like I know them.
You can go anywhere for opinions on whatever that board game you care about is. But how about the weather?
Yes, the Denver weather.
And Denver traffic.
Yeah.
Traffic was real bad today.
And tables in Denver movie theaters.
Yeah.
Basically, so Denver's like regularly ranked one of the best places to live. And we know not everyone can live here. So we're just trying to let you live vicariously through us. That's what that is.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So next up is a voicemail from 205 area code. And this one, thanks to the transcript, I can see comes from Brian.
Hey, this is Bryant from Alabama. I wanted to call and say congrats on your 30th anniversary. I've been a longtime fan. I try to promote your show whenever the opportunity arises, like on social posts, social network posts about, hey, what podcast should I be listening to? What's the best ones out there? I think what drew me to your show was the amount of content on a weekly basis in your format is just what I was looking for. I subscribed to over 20 podcasts, and yours has quickly risen to the top of my list. I have a lot of time to listen to them because I have an hour commute from my home to where I work. And anyway, I just wanted to call and let you know and keep up the great work, and here's to another year. Bye.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
I'm getting all the people who said nice things about us out of the way first.
Yes.
And then we'll just slowly transition to people who just get, downright mean.
Yeah. We appreciate nice things.
He didn't sound like he was a dinosaur lawyer, though.
No, he did not.
Yeah,
well,
so
that's because Alabama.
Where was the dinosaur lawyer from?
Savannah, Georgia.
So Savannah, Georgia.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though
I understand your confusion
Yeah.
because they're both in the South.
Yeah.
But distinct differences.
yeah, but that hour commute does sound familiar.
Yeah. But no, and thank you for promoting us when you see people asking about who to listen to.
It's always great to see that because obviously I will edit anytime I see hey, what board games? Be like, well, hi game. Aha, there it is. Yeah.
Hey, somebody mentioned us.
Yeah.
So thank you. We really appreciate that.
Yes,
Brian.
thank you very much.
Next up, you may want to skip this next one. It comes, I believe, from the Down Under. The name's never mentioned, but there's one Australian voicemail in all of them. It's got to be Matt. Here he is.
G'day, Cobber. Matt here, president of the Australian Mile High Game Guys. Congratulations on 3 years, you fucking beauty. Can't wait to hear the next 3 years. Tearing up a little bit just thinking about it. Keep on putting out the fantastic quantity. Okay,
Yeah.
later. Yeah, fucking animals.
Yeah.
See, I love how people are like, I just love how much content you put out.
We're 3 for 3
Makes
on
my
people
commute
like, hey.
less boring because
Yeah.
I can listen to you for hours and hours.
Yeah. 3 for 3 on people just being like, hey, thanks for just putting out a ton of quantity.
Thank you, Australian.
Yeah. So we'll do one more here, and then we'll take a brief break from the voicemails and move on to one of the other feedback areas. So, Jeff, you mentioned that Brian from Alabama didn't sound like a good Southern dinosaur lawyer.
Uh-huh.
Well, I think that'll be cleared up with this next voicemail here. So without any further ado, here is Jebediah.
Salutations. This is Jebediah Cornwallis Jackson III, Esquire, dinosaur lawyer and fucked up Dino Island survivor extraordinaire. Excuse my voice, I caught a cold last week when a baby stego sneezed in my face. Heavens to Betsy. Imagine my surprise when I learned that you fellas had a board gaming podcast. Dino Law may be what keeps my lights on, but around here, game night is live. Have you played Rising Sun? So good. I misjudged you folk. At first I assumed these nitwits are going to be about as useful as a shit-flavored lollipop. And if I never climb another damn fence in my life, it'll be too soon. You buffoons might have the survival instincts of a suicidal squirrel on a busy highway, but if it weren't for your expert-level wood-tugging, I'd be 6 feet under and fixing to meet my maker. Anyways, let's cut this short. Uncle Jeb's getting worked up, and I got to see a man about a horse. Congrats on the 3 years, fellas. May you have continued success in podcasting and leave the dino work to the experts. Hashtag Team Jeb out.
Yeah. Oh, that was great.
That was fantastic. We've created a nightmare. Shut this podcast down.
Goddamn monster.
Not just Mike the monster.
Nope.
No, not just Mike the monster. So we'll take a little step away here from the voicemails, and we'll do a quick round of BGG responses. You got those ready to go?
Of course I do. So I just posted, hey, we're going to be a 3 year. We're going to talk, this is going to be a third year. Going to talk about some stuff. And then eventually I was like, hey, just curious, but if you got any games because of us, that'd be cool to let us know. So
Or gotten rid of.
So some of these have them, some of them don't. First one is just from from Marlene. I know. Yeah. This first one is from May. It's happy 3rd anniversary to the Most podcast.
Woo.
Thank you, May.
Well, thank you very much. Next one is from Paulo. From Paulo's YouTube corner.
Yes.
Famous from.
Not from any Rado related things, but from this.
Yes.
Happy 3rd anniversary, and here's to a lot more to come. I just want to say thank you guys for the many hours of entertainment you gave me, and for from great game analysis to awesome banner and $1 Patreon roasts.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we do what we can.
Yep. Josh says, I was trying to decide between Dinosaur Island and Dinogenics, and your review of Dinogenics made me go with Dinosaur Island. And it was super the right choice.
Fair enough.
Next is from Daniel. To the Elevated Region Tabletop Fellows. I stumbled across your show when searching for podcasts discussing Spirit Island. I know some other Zach other than me because he spelled it wrong.
Z-A-C-K, huh?
Yeah. You still dislike it. I'm glad to know there's another person besides me that dislikes it. This other Zach seems like a cool guy besides the fucked up name. And you just got hooked with how you all did a great deep dive into the game, downloaded a few more episodes and became a fan in short time. Binged on all past episodes. I'm sorry. and am quite pleased with the results. Okay, yeah, this guy is, I don't know what to say now. Now we get to say, well, you're not wrong all the time when playing games. I even joined Patreon just for you guys. And some painting minis videos, but mainly you three.
Woo.
In addition, the review you did a while back on Black Orchestra helped guide me to a great gift purchase for one of our close friends. There is a lot of great games out there, and you help highlight a few titles that may have been overlooked. Thank you all, and happy anniversary, you magnificent bastards, the Danimal.
Oh,
Yeah.
Still not as good as Kenny Omega. He had a sweet Akuma outfit for his next one with like guys dressed as Ryu and Ken, and it was awesome.
Nice. And this last one is from Spencer. Hey, Mile High Game guys. I found your podcast randomly looking for more board game content, but now I can't get enough of the Most podcast. I even have had to join your Slack to get more things MHGG. Probably more than you even wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially today.
Yeah, I have yet to purchase a game based on your show, but probably will pick up some of the exit games based on your high praise. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to what's to come. Hopefully some video content. #Team MHGG.
Mile High Game Guys ruins exit.
Yes.
The video.
Just shredding cards all over the video.
Oh, yeah.
Keep the scissors on the other end of the table from Zach.
Hey, look, I have already learned that mistake, right? So that's it from BGG.
That is indeed. So we're going to go back to a few more voicemails, and then we'll do some emails, and then we'll do more voicemails, and because we got a lot of voicemails.
Yes, we do.
So I'm going to keep mixing them in here. So this one is from, I think, James. A lot of my curiosity on some of these. So we did this Google Voice thing, and it like auto-translates the message into text. It's fucking awful at its job.
But it's great.
It's fantastic to actually like listen and then read along. But
Like we have like, instead of hey Mile High Game Guys, hey Mom Hugging Guys, hello Mileage Gamgees.
like, oh my God, it's great. But yeah, so this one I think is from James, area code 443. There we go.
Hey, Mile High Game Guys, James Reed. Listener, love the show. Congratulations to 3 years. You made it through the terrible 2s and the terrible 3s. So, I mean, you know, you're on a great year here going forward. Love it. Keep up the good work, guys. Thanks so much. Bye.
I love his enthusiasm and like his belief that it's going to get any better. It's going to be terrible 4s, terrible 5s, terrible 6s. Just never.
And then we'll become eventually a tween pot. It's just going to get worse.
I can't wait till our tweens. I'm going to get real weird in the tweens.
Gonna get real weird with it.
Real weird.
I just appreciated using his turn signal that whole time. So. Good on you.
Yes.
Yes. This next one is from Nick.
Hey, it's Dick Tucker over at Epic. Happy congratulations, 3rd anniversary and a bunch of stuff. Fuck yes. Have a wonderful day.
So that's our head brewer at Epic Brewing.
Nice.
I had told him that we were doing a anniversary thing, and he asked for the number, and that I did not know what he sent. But
now you know.
That's
what he sent.
That is Richard Tucker, also known as
Dick
Tucker, also known as Dickie. His business card says Dick Tucker.
Nice.
He's very loud. I think he's Thai. He's Asian.
Okay.
He's very.
Well, there you go.
He's big. He's a big guy.
He is. He's tall.
Yeah. He would rip your arms off and beat you to death with them. But he's nice.
Yeah, he's great.
He's like a Chewbacca.
Moving on. This one, so Google Translate says, hey, this is from Slack, but this is Ofer.
Hey, this is Ofer from Slack. Just wanted to wish you guys a happy 3-year anniversary. Can't believe you guys made it this far, but, you know, weirder things have happened.
That's it. No bye, no nothing.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's true.
You guys made it.
Yeah.
That's a thing. That's a factual statement.
Perseverance.
You made it to 3 years.
Yeah. Weirder things have happened in the past 3 years. That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weirder things, worse things.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed that him and May didn't think to coordinate in advance to do a joint voicemail. I think that would have been pretty great.
But, I mean, he's a clue. He's a meta clue in Just One now.
That's true.
Anytime Israel shows up, it's just right Ofer.
Yep.
And we know what the word is.
As long as it's one of us 3 guessing.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's the first in the Just One meta.
All right, so this next one is coming from 518 area code, and this is another one where Google Translate couldn't identify a name.
So, I want to congratulate you guys on 3 years in running in the Mile High Club. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I mean, as the Mile High Gamer Guys podcast. That's right. I've only been listening to you guys for a few months now, so my look-back machine is not as grand as the 3 years of yours. So I just wanted to say thank you for the podcast, and it's always enjoyable to hear you guys week after week. And congratulations again on making it 3 years. I mean, you're definitely doing a lot better than any settlement in Kingdom Death Monster. So, I guess it's the end of the message, so I just need to give you my social security number and bank info, right? Hold on 1 second.
I like the cat meowing all through that.
I was going to say, is somebody dying in the background?
No, he just had a very vocal cat. I mean, that I assume.
Maybe it was, I don't know, yeah.
We hope.
But he did, it sounded like he did accidentally end it too early before giving us that information.
I know.
So just call us back and
or just email us.
Yeah.
You know, you can
a
in fact,
public
emails,
tweet, that's fine.
And, public tweet, yeah, go for it. An email works best for me because then I just have a permanent record, so I can just go back to it whenever I need it. But yeah, so one more, and then we'll do some emails. This one is from 713.
Hey guys, first time caller here. I was calling in because I wanted to hear my voice on a podcast, which I don't think has ever happened. Congratulations on reaching 3 years. I appreciate you guys' podcast because you guys offer diverse opinions on games, and you all share your own opinions, which I really appreciate. I also enjoy the banter, even though I don't like the Bloody Minute, and I skip past it all the time. Sorry, Jeff. Thanks again for putting this together and sharing your opinions with Board Game World, and hopefully you guys can get at least 3 more. My name is Ralph. Thank you very much.
Yes. Hopefully 3 more. Hopefully more than 3 more. I want more than 3 more.
He's dead to me.
I also like that Google Translate on that one translated Jeff as Geoff.
Geoff with the G, yeah.
Yeah, Geoff.
Google knows what's up.
Yes.
Google is also dead to me.
Yeah. And now your name's on your voice is on a podcast.
Yeah.
Anonymous Scholar. So another quick break from voicemails. Let's jump over and do some emails.
Emails at milehighgameguys.com if you would like to send us an email. Our first email comes from Patrick, who was the
second to last one.
Second to last voicemail we heard here.
Yes.
He was also the one last week who said he changed his toilet's name from John to Adrian in honor of how much I get shit on.
It was a very nice gesture.
Yes.
Phone call follow-up. Wait a bloody minute. Wait a gosh darn bloody minute. Boy, did that message I send you not come out the way I wanted. The phone line is unforgiving in that you cannot hear your own stupid banter until you decide to play it on the show. And I'm assuming I regretfully will.
Yeah, you will.
It makes me feel like calling that someone you are crushing on and dialing their number and then hanging up and dialing again and hanging up, rinse and repeat. And you know deep down that no one knows who you are, nor cares who you are, but you are embarrassed nonetheless. The message contained, no comparison to Matt or Mattingly's Ice Cream Social, where 3 guys do improv and talk about showbiz life in Vegas in the 1/3 of a mile showbiz guys. You have to be 2/3 higher to talk about board games, I guess.
At a minimum.
Yeah.
Yes.
No reference to how I take stock in the fact that Adrian isn't the 18xx's so that he can make the podcast? What?
So Adrian isn't in the... So I'm not playing 18xx's because I'm making the podcast.
Yeah.
I see.
It takes up all of my time.
Gotcha.
Time that I would otherwise fill with 18xx.
Which was in the hot stats earlier.
Yes.
And how it is appreciated that he is the straight man of the comedy trio. Yeah.
Yep.
He's the straight man's the not funny one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct. Thanks for that.
But see, that was funny.
Yeah,
we could,
exactly.
Yeah, see, you're
crucial.
You're
It's necessary.
You're crucial.
I'm a necessary evil.
Yeah.
Not even an evil.
If you weren't here, then one of us would have to be it, and it would break up Team Zaff.
Yeah.
Team Zaff is going to make me vomit. I fucking hate that acronym.
Was that from the dogs?
Yes.
Dog peoples?
I think so, yeah.
People dogs? Okay. He continues, no joke that even though you guys are doing better than a KDM, Kingdom Death Monster, settlement, Jeff is doing his darndest to be... Jeff is doing his darndest to only be good for breeding because of his super lucky streak, though he may not see it that way. For instance, he's got mad skills at maintaining a job, getting sick enough to cough up blood and recovering, and taking 12 damage to his unarmored leg and walking it off, so to speak. Jeff perseveres even though he is the quintessential loser. Ow. Maybe that's why he's so good at ball busting? Maybe. How is it appreciated how Zach works behind the scenes to make you all sound so good? Meeple Nation doesn't have a leg to stand on in comparison. Yep, Zach, you get a pass.
All right, now, okay. Don't worry. I'll just go ahead and take all the credit. It's fine.
You son of a bitch.
No, we have a lot of filters and stuff, and Adrian has a lot of things going on when we're recording that makes it a lot easier for me. It's so easy for me to do the editing that I can literally be doing something else while editing, and it's fine.
And I do still edit the Friday episodes.
Yeah,
but there's so
it's
little
a joint
editing on the
episode.
Friday episodes.
Oh man, they're great.
Yeah,
I remember the horror days of like editing when we did like just one episode.
Oh,
and
I
it had
remember that too.
everything.
Yeah,
those are goddamn. Oh
Yeah,
my
they were.
god, it's so much better now.
Especially because you get a couple extra days to do it too. You don't have to do it on
real
Tuesday.
nice.
Yeah,
I can step it out.
yeah.
Finally, which leads me finally to my questions. 1. How long did it take to get used to comfortably speaking into the microphones?
I feel like we got into that pretty quick.
I think once we got a setup, like we had a setup,
Consistent setup.
a consistent setup, because like the goblet, it was like hard to do.
An Nalgene bottle
Yeah,
that's
no.
lost on a train somewhere in Canada.
Exactly.
I mean Milwaukee, but same difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and then getting headphones and just, I mean, at time, definitely, I would say within the first, like after like 3 months or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of a change, like when we moved to this studio and I
Exactly.
put up the roof rack with like, so now the mics are coming from the ceiling down instead of like off the corner of the table.
Yeah.
And some things we never, well, these ones are at least nice because they're like no lower than your chin,
Yeah.
which gives us a lot of room because we all three kind of sometimes talk with our hands.
It's true. You don't hear the random pings anymore. Of like, yeah.
Now there's, I mean,
Not only is it up there, we also have shock mounts on them, so you're not going to hear it as well either.
But yeah, we have a lot of things that limit the amount of sound.
and there's no more. Yeah, there is right there.
Yeah.
But it's out of reach.
Oh yeah, I took most of the springs off.
Yeah.
Which does hurt the ability to really get that good thrum.
Yeah.
I like it. You just took off mine because you know I could reach it.
I mean, I took off mine and I can't reach it.
That's
So
true.
No. 2. What board game podcast inspired you to make the podcast, and which ones do you still listen to?
So the first half of that, shockingly enough, none. When I first like came up with the idea to do this, I didn't realize that board game podcasts were super
You're
a
like,
thing.
I've got a great idea. It is novel. No one's heard of these before.
It's called West Wing and Wings.
Yeah.
I
We'll
mean-
watch West Wing while eating wings.
I'm not against that.
So it wasn't quite that naive. Like I knew board game podcasts were a thing. And I was thinking like, hey, like a lot of times Zach and I are hanging out at game nights when we're not playing games. We're just talking about games. And then Jeff had showed up and joined game night, and it was a lot of the same thing. Like he fit really well into the group in that thing where we just stand around drinking beer at game night and talking about games instead of fucking playing games. And so I was like, hey, we should maybe like do this as a podcast. And I don't know where the fuck I got the idea to do a podcast, but I got it. And then I was like, okay, you know, I talked to you guys and you were like, yeah, we're interested. So then I was like, let me listen to some to get an idea of like what this should be like. And one of the very first ones, and easily the most influential in how our show is, was Secret Cabal. They were one of the only ones I knew of back when we started the show, like before we started the show. And so I started listening to some of theirs. And in one of their early episodes, if you go into the deep cuts of Secret Cabal, their first, like, I don't know, dozen episodes, they used to bleep their curses. Like they would curse and they just beep, bleep it. And they got a listener feedback in one of their early episodes where somebody was like, dude, either stop cursing or stop bleeping it because it's fucking annoying. Do one of the two. And that listener feedback from them heavily inspired me to push for this to just be a unedited, let us swear, like, let's just do it.
Uncensored.
Yeah.
Unedited would be a nightmare.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Unedited would be garbage. But that was a huge influence for me to do uncensored. I'd be lying if I said Heavy Cardboard didn't have a pretty solid influence on me, especially as they pushed me in the heavy games direction. And Edward's like obsession with putting out some of the best quality really encouraged me to like do better audio quality wise. Really encouraged me, like, they do a very structured review where they have like different parts that they want to make sure and talk about. That encouraged me to come up with our own spin on that. Those are probably two of the most influential. I occasionally still listen to Heavy Cardboard. I haven't listened to Secret Cabal in years. I listen to Draft Mechanic, Board Game Blitz. Occasionally, when they actually do episodes, I listen to Of Dice and Men. You know, who just takes a summer off? Like, must be nice.
Not someone that holds the grand trophy of most podcasts.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah, those are a few of the ones that like immediately jump to mind. I didn't see this attempt to really prepare. I also right now, because I'm doing MHGG, I'm currently in the like learning from all the RPG podcasts. So like I'm listening to like Critical Role, Adventure Brothers, and Not Another D&D podcast, and some of those. So I'm listening to a lot more D&D stuff. So board game stuff for me has gotten a lot more intermittent. What about you guys? What shows do you still listen to, and have any influenced your side of the podcast?
I would say the biggest thing I try and I would say I try and bring some things in from other podcasts I've listened to, but they weren't board game related. So like in Comedy Bang Bang, Scott Aukerman always loves to make people stop in their tracks while they're talking by something so stupid. And so I try and bring that to
Okay.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I know, yeah. But I used to listen to Rado Talks Through, Dice Tower, Shut Up and Sit Down, Secret Cabal for a little bit, and then a couple more, but I pretty much stopped listening to most tabletop ones. The only thing I listen to that even remotely has it is DLC. And that's like maybe every couple weeks they'll talk about that. Otherwise, it's just video games. So,
Jeff, what about you?
I didn't listen to any before we started the board game podcast. I listened to video game podcasts, the Giant Bombcast, big influencer, I would say.
Yeah.
On how I would want a podcast to be run. That's why I like the banter portions of our episode, and I don't mind the length. Like, Giant Bombcast gets 2.5, 3 hours easy.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of the ones I listened to were longer too. So
that was another thing. Like going back to Secret Cabal, like their old episodes used to be like 3-4 hours also, and it was like it didn't matter.
Well, I know, like when we were first starting up, we were like, do we want length to be a real big deal or not? And so in the beginning, we tried to do it a little bit more, but eventually we were like, we want to talk more than we are, so we're just going to start doing that. And then,
yeah.
We're just a Spartan hour and a half-ish. Not this week.
No.
So much content.
Yeah, and board game podcast-wise, I'll listen to Draft Mechanic every once in a while just because they're Jake's sexy, smooth voice. It's that 5 years.
And Danielle does such a fucking great job researching beer.
Yeah.
Like, when I was starting, like, I thought about trying to incorporate beer because we do our game nights at breweries.
Yes.
I was like, it'd be a natural marriage. And
now we just talk about the breweries we went to.
Right. Ultimately, I kind of abandoned that concept, and I'm glad I did, because after I had like scrapped the idea of doing beer, it was after that I found Draft Mechanic, and I was like, oh, we would have looked real bad compared to them. They do the whole like beer and board games mixed flawlessly. I couldn't hope to do it as good as they do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Question 3. And because Jeff brought it up, what's the average number of bathroom breaks Adrian takes during a recording session?
At least.
So I would say during a recording session, 2.
Yeah.
It's usually 1 per episode.
I would say 1.5.
Per episode?
Per session. 1.4.
Per session? Sure.
Yeah. Because you don't always go to the bathroom. You don't always go to the bathroom twice.
No. Well, and usually, so I'm talking about like when it interrupts a recording.
Yeah.
Usually I can make it through one. In between the episodes, I run, use the bathroom, grab a fresh beer, top off Zach's water, say hi to Megan if she came home from whatever she was off doing, and then record every now and then, especially like if we have a really long prep session and I've been drinking during the prep session. It's like, oh God, Bloody Minute's taking forever. I have to pee so bad. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Bloody Minute's done. All right, moving on to news and Kickstarters right after I come back from the bathroom. And then I run away. But I usually, 1.5 per session is probably fair.
Yeah.
Congrats again to 9 combined years of podcast service.
Yeah.
Well, so now I'm curious if we're counting each of ours independently. If we factor in every single guest we've had and how long they've been on,
Only a couple days here or there, though.
Are you talking about because we had one person on, we can then include everything they've ever done? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
Let's call it a 9.1 combined years with including all guests.
Yeah, I was trying. I was just trying to think. Like, have we had? And we haven't.
No,
because I stopped to think about it for a second.
Yeah,
we've not had 365 episodes with guests on them.
No,
so we haven't had enough to get another year.
Correct.
Or even no, because we'd only need 50. Have we had 50 guests?
No.
We might have.
No. I'm saying hard no.
Not 50 unique guests.
No.
50 instances of a guest joining the show.
No. I would say less than half that.
I mean, Every Time Stories has had Megan. Megan was on a couple of the early episodes. Wes has been on multiple times.
And especially when we
on.
have people on 2 episodes at a time.
I
don't know if I'd go 50, but I feel more than 25. No, I feel more than that.
So we're like maybe 9 3/4 combined podcast years.
I mean, I feel like we should just keep going off of this. Just get off of this and just keep going down.
All right, moving
on. My thank you, just because Jeff told me I gave you you're welcome last time. Because he said, like, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Here's your welcome. He's the strong bad / Homestar Runner of emails, a.k.a. the grammar Nazi, Patrick.
This is true. We got reference to strong bad. Like, I like seeing a strong bad reference.
It's been a long time since they've done anything.
Very true.
I thought they did something recently, like out of nowhere, and people were kind of blown away. Like, holy shit, Homestar Runner's still a thing.
Especially, or there's that Trogdor game.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
I think that might have been what it was.
Yeah, probably.
Next email.
Second email for Matt. Congrats. Greeting, MHGGs. Congratulations on 3 years. Thank you for making my drive to work just a bit more bearable and your hard work and with your hard work and lively banter. To celebrate your years of service to the board game industry, I decided to make a list of all my board game purchases that I can directly attribute to your show. His list: Stockpile, Indonesia, Pandemic Iberia, Isle of Skye, Black Orchestra, The Mind, Legacy of Dragonholt, XCOM, Ponzi Scheme, and Welcome to.
Shit, yeah, that's a good list.
Yeah, it is.
This list was even longer than I imagined. At this rate, I may have to either stop listening to the show or start selling some games to make some space on my shelves. I'm sure you could make some money off Indonesia.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions goes to Root. I kickstarted that after Katie from Katie's Game Corner started promoting it on her Twitter, who I discovered after you had her as a guest on your Twilight Struggle review episode. Keep up the good work. Regards, yet another listener named Matt. Yeah, Katie's way more popular than we are.
That's very true.
Katie, so like we started, I think, a little bit before Katie, and they caught up to us, and then just rocketed, just kept going. Like we plateaued, and Katie, they just kept going.
We haven't begun to peak.
No, see, our peak, we are Mount Olympus on Mars, like our peak is going to be the best, but it's so far away you can't even tell you're walking on.
It's such a gradual incline. The curve of the planet affects it more.
Yeah,
Can only be the most in all fashions.
exactly.
Our peak is even the highest peak imaginable over the longest distance imaginable.
Yes.
Speaking of Katie, though, so they've been on a like nationwide, like they've been in the U.S. for a while now.
Yes.
And they were in Seattle for a while, and now they're in I think Boston or New York, somewhere on the East Coast.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
And as much as I tried to get them to come to Denver, they weren't able to make that happen. But while in Seattle, they played Dungeons and Dragons for the first time.
Yeah.
And apparently fucking loved it.
I saw that. Yeah.
And like loved role playing games in general. And so I suggested that they come back and team up with the show again, so we can have Katie on Mile High Game Guys for either one of our one shots. If we can find out a way to work her in, like it wouldn't necessarily work with like the Dread probably because there's no way for them to pull.
That is correct.
Pull sticks there, but maybe if they were a guest DM or something, or maybe like come on to MHGG as a guest and like be like a one episode and not NPC but like a guest who joins the crew for a little bit and moves on. And Katie seemed really excited about maybe making that happen. So look forward to working with them again in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to let Katie know, like, hey, at least one of the people who follows you, because you came on our show.
Yes.
We got you one follower.
I got you one.
One. At a minimum.
Final email. This one is from Luke, titled Happy Anniversary. Hey there, 3,520 cubits altitudinous merriment fellows.
That's the best one yet.
Yeah. Hot hands here. I've had a beer and realized I've not checked in for a couple weeks. I'm not sure why I feel the need to, but you gave me a name, so now I've got to pester. Happy anniversary to you all. Congratulations on making this last and not disappearing so far up your own arses that you can taste your own livers. Unlike some podcasts I no longer listen to.
I mean, I feel like we got pretty far up our own asses with this whole thing, so that's good.
But it's
we're
like
not
once
too
a
far.
year.
Yeah, it's once a year.
We do limit it to once a year.
We just
limit-
waft the liver from a distance up our own ass.
Yeah.
I got to bust out one of my favorite games, Brass, the other day, and my hometown is on the map. There's still something nice about playing a game that makes total sense about the place where you live. We have a large museum with the original Stephenson's rocket currently in it. I don't know what the Stephenson's rocket is.
Actually, the name sounds familiar, but I'm drawing a real big blank right now.
It's a beautiful thing.
Apparently, there's a Stephenson's rocket board game.
It was an early Steam locomotive,
That's
022 wheel arrangement.
Aha!
There's a picture of it, Jeff.
The original XX.
So it would have been the transition from the canal phase to the rail phase in Brass.
Aha. He continues. Hope your leg is recovering, Jeff. My knee is now fully healed, and I can get back to tiny boat sailing.
Is there a more British thing he could include in this email than tiny boat sailing?
Anyway, I'm now off to play Gloomhaven with the group I used to play Kingdom Death with. I'm sorry. See, it is possible to like heavy games and daft dice chucking games, but given the choice, give me the heavy stuff any day. Yours in sweaty palms, HHL, Hot Hands Luke.
So, I mean, I like Gloomhaven.
Yeah, I do too, but...
And there's dice chucky stuff I do like. It's just, it's a lot more few and far between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gloomhaven is very not dice chucky at all.
His comment about, like, his hometown being on the Brass map reminds me of when we were playing at D-Bolt, and, like, a very, very British individual.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Stopped by and was like, you know, he was just randomly in the brewery, and he's like, oh, what game are you playing? We're like, oh, yeah, we're playing Brass. It's about, like, you know, doing industry in ancient England. He's like, oh yeah,
Not
I live-
ancient 1800s.
like
1800 ancient
Industrial
history.
Revolution England.
There you go.
I think he said like old England.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't remember how he described it in old England or something. But he's like, oh yeah, I'm from there, and I just pointed to one of the spots on the
Yeah.
map, and it's like, that's
I'm from like halfway around that beach.
Yeah.
yeah. The closest that I could maybe get is, I don't know if City of Big Shoulders, which is based around Pueblo. I don't know if it gets far enough north to show like the south end of Colorado Springs. Like, I'm from there on that board. Somebody needs to make a board game that includes Colorado Springs, so I can be like, I'm from there. I mean, also feel free to not include Colorado Springs in anything ever. It's not a nice place.
And that's it for emails at milehighgameguys.com.
Indeed. So back over to some voicemails. The
final
round.
stretch.
Final stretch. Speaking of Colorado Springs being a terrible, terrible place, here's longtime fan Mike from Colorado Springs.
Hey, Mile High Game guys. It's Mike from Colorado Springs. Hope you guys are doing well. Congratulations on 3 years of being the most podcast in board gaming. And hope here's to 3 more years of great content. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
So many people are mentioning. Is there something happening in 3 years that we don't know? Are people gonna murder us in 3 years?
Yes.
Just for another 3 years, but that's all you got.
We get 6. You get 6. Because so many of them are like, hopefully here's the 3 more. Like,
thanks. I'm sorry about Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Mike's great. I haven't seen him since I hand delivered some Mile High Game Guy stuff to him. Some swag. But Mike's awesome. So, and here's a different Mike.
Dearest Mile High Game Guys, hello, it's Mike Jones.
Who?
You may remember me from such previous appearances as the roller coaster of super light and kind of serious questions on your last Put to the Question, or my long digression into pronunciation when you talked about Gentis, or Gentis, or whatever. First and foremost, congratulations on another successful year. 3 years is no small accomplishment, and it has been quite the ride along with y'all. Hearing the gradual and consistent increases in both the comfort level each of the 3 of you display and the quality of your output has been a really cool experience. Zach, thank you for consistently keeping the podcast tone playful and light, even when mercilessly trolling Adrian. I sincerely appreciate the time and effort you put into your rules explanations to make them feel more organic and fun, and same thing on the guild posts. Adrian, in the recent vacuum of heavy cardboard review content, thank you for being more or less the voice of heavy gaming, especially in Denver. Keep fighting the good fight. Life doesn't end at a 3.0 BGG weight rating. #. Jeff, it is downright inspirational how positive you have been in the face of a super shitty half a year plus. You are a consistently awesome presence on the podcast and in person. Please continue being wonderful, with or without the Blood Bowl. Up to you. Here's to another great year. Looking forward to hearing many more hours of high quantity content. Cheers.
That's great.
That's Mike Jones, who we mention all the time.
Yes.
Because we play with him all the time.
Yeah. Mike Jones is another fantastic human being.
Yes.
That we are very fortunate to have in our local
Sad he
game
cut
group.
all his hair off, though.
That's right. He had long hair.
Yeah.
He had like, now I have like the hair
Yeah.
trophy, I guess.
Well, when I first met Bob had hair like almost down to his ass.
Yeah.
He had crazy long hair.
I don't think I ever saw that.
And then
Well,
Bob chopped his hair
He would
off.
chop it, and then it would grow, and then he'd chop it.
Yeah. Now he's kind of on the longer
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, I've seen the like kind of short,
Yeah.
longy.
And Mike Jones had long hair for a while, and then he chopped it off. I had long hair for a while. I chopped it off. And yes, now Jeff carries the long hair trophy for dudes in the game night group.
Yeah. Mike Jones and I went out to wrestling on Friday.
Nice.
And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I had a wicked hangover Saturday morning.
Not surprised.
I had 2 liters there.
Nice.
At least.
I feel incredibly honored, by the way, that Mike Jones referred to me as like the de facto, like he stressed the in like heavy board game content, especially in Denver, which now that Heavy Cardboard left Denver, like, yeah, sure, I get Denver by default because there's no other platform.
That's our bread and butter.
We're all
games.
about it. But he made it seem like even outside of Denver, like maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
And I feel really like that.
We would
makes
just
me
have to
really
like
happy.
promote ourselves for other people to know who we are.
I know, right?
That's
Self-promotion scares me. All right, moving on in the voicemails. We just have a couple more to go here. This one's from John.
Hey guys, it's John. I just wanted to call and leave you this exciting message wishing you a very happy and well-earned 3-year anniversary. And I really thank you for the hospitality while I was there. I had a great time. Thanks.
No, thank you for playing Terraforming Mars at Gen Con.
And for helping teach Pipeline on Friday.
Agreed.
And for just generally being awesome too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure.
I said hi after I locked my keys in my car.
Yeah, well,
so.
if he wasn't there playing Pipelines, me and Paul would not have ripped into Adrian nearly as much as we did. So,
so thank you.
So you both drugged the game out, but
Yeah.
also made it more entertaining.
Yes.
All at the same time.
Yeah. For whatever reason, I didn't see you turn it, and I just looked, and your arm was the other way, and I was like, first of all, I was like, what the? Oh, right, he just turned it.
It's getting late, everyone.
Yep.
This next one comes from country code 33. I'm pretty sure, based on how much Google did not even remotely know how to translate this, I don't think it starts in English. This is
Alex from France?
Alex from France.
Salut les mecs, Alexandre Piquet qui vous appelle depuis Strasbourg en France. Joyeux anniversaire au podcast et à toute l'équipe. Bon, je suis pas doué pour les discours et j'aime pas particulièrement les appels téléphoniques, donc je serai bref. J'aime beaucoup ce podcast. vous
Thank
faites
you.
bon
Thank
boulot.
you.
J'aurais jamais imaginé apprécier d'aussi longs coups de gueule, chambrage, etc. Bref, des discussions sans sujet clair. Donc continuez à produire ce super podcast et bonne soirée à tous les trois. And now for the English equivalent. Hi guys, Alexandre Piquet calling from Strasbourg, France. Happy birthday to the podcast and the whole crew. Okay, so I'm not good at speeches and I don't especially like phone calls, so I'll be short. I like a lot what the... full translation. I like a lot this podcast. You are doing a great job. I would have never imagined I could enjoy episodes with so much rants, banters, etc. So in short, unfocused talks. Carry on with this awesome podcast and have a nice evening. Oh, and of course, if you use this phone call, please edit it a bit because, I have translated it quite rapidly. I have sore throat, etc. So please edit it as good as the time you forgot
Alex from
to
France is just as French as I
cut the
expected him to be.
Yes.
Hey guys,
and
I need
also,
to pee. I'm back
I
in
don't
2
know who
minutes.
edited that.
Well, he said
So
edit it
once
as well
again,
as you edited,
happy
hey
birthday,
guys, I
and
got
have a
pee,
nice-
so
Yeah.
zero.
Have a nice
Yeah.
evening.
So
Bye,
basically
guys.
none at all.
What episode was that at?
It was recent.
Okay.
It was within the last 20.
Ugh.
I have to give that vague of a thing because I lose track of how fast. Like, things feel like they happened last week, and I'm like, oh shit, that was months ago.
Only people that listen to the show can tell us what happens during the show.
That's true.
Once we're done with it, it's gone, and we're on to the next one.
Yeah. So I think, 2 more. We got 2 more. So here we go. This one is from Dayton. Also want to give Dayton a huge shout out. I got in the mail today, unexpectedly. Megan and I were just chilling out at home, relaxing.
Hey guys, this
and
is
somebody
Dayton
rang the
from the Black
doorbell,
Channel.
and
Just
Jester
wanted to
went
say thanks for 3 years
goddamn
of
ballistic
awesome
like she does
episodes.
every
Give me
time
something
somebody
to go
rings
off
that
on with.
fucking doorbell.
Yeah.
Thanks.
PSA, if you ever come to my house, don't ring the doorbell. Like, not...
It works.
Like, the doorbell works great, but if I don't know you're coming, I guess maybe ring the doorbell, but if I know you're coming, like, just come in. Jester reacts way less aggressively to people just coming in than people ringing that fucking doorbell.
That's a great dog to have.
Yeah,
It's
great
just-
trait in a guard dog.
Oh, you burst into the door? You're
You
my
belong
friend.
Here. You just walk in like you own the place, and she assumes you own the place. But anyway,
she respects confidence. That's what I'm hearing.
Exactly. So Jester went nuts earlier today because Amazon guy stopped by and dropped off a package. And I was like, well, what the shit is this? I thought it was from Megan. Picked it up. It was addressed to Mile High Game Guys. And I opened it up. And we got a new little RPG book, Blades in the Dark. That is a smallish little RPG about doing like spies and backstabby underworld criminals and like kind of a dark Victorian era timeline with some like fantasy mixed in.
Yeah, like ghosts and steampunk.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to, like she, with the Amazon like gift card thing, she said like, oh, you don't need to review this or do anything with this, but I'm definitely going to look and see if we can maybe do a cool one shot in that world for maybe one of our next one shots. Mostly because I'm just desperate to DM for more and more things. But it seems really cool. And so thank you, Dayton. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And this is the last of the voicemails. This one is coming from John.
Hello, Mile High Game Guys. This is Jonathan from New York, and I just wanted to call to say congratulations and thank you for providing 3 years of the most inane bullshit to grace my ear holes. Of course, by most, I mean in quantity. If I wanted higher concentration of quality inane bullshit, I have another podcast I listen to where a skeptic interviews psychics and conspiracy theorists, but they only release a single 1-hour episode per month. I had a rough year in my teaching job, and listening to your ramblings in the morning as I got ready to face the nightmare that was an average Wednesday definitely saved me from losing my shit on more than one
I
occasion.
will always take a good
I also had a
team.
great time hanging out with
I think there's a
Jeff and
picture of
Zach
us
at Gen Con
with
last summer,
pennies
providing
in
them
my
with an
hand.
extra month
Yeah,
worth
I don't
of
remember
Patreon
how
money
that
and pennies,
whole thing
and then
came
breaking
about.
Jeff's brain
that
with
he was
math
gonna
and the
just
lovely
bring
Babbage demo.
rolls of pennies.
Hopefully it feels quicker than his
I think
leg
it
has.
came from Slack,
Keep up the
maybe.
high quantity work. Also,
Yeah.
choo-choo motherfuckers,
But yeah, my
teenage
brain
and
was
for life.
broken for a smidge with the Loveless and Babbage demo that I had at Gen Con.
Oh, yeah.
And then I clicked.
Well, because I know it's a game that like even Heavy Cardboard covered that one. Like it's supposed to be decently
Yeah, it's
tough.
just a lot of quick like multiply this, divide that, etc. And I got the first round because it's all the pre-printed and it's all easy. And then the random shit starts coming out, and then that hurts.
Oh,
well, it's like the new round just adds like a new row of actions, but they're just divide by 27 or like this or that or whatever.
Nice.
It's a fun game though.
I still want to play it.
Yeah, it was neat.
So I lied. I said that was the last one, and it's
No,
not because I
now
forgot
it's-
that I saved the Boyd fucking
That was only
masterpiece.
the penultimate.
But I'm not gonna play the Boyd one just yet. It's gonna be just the perfect one, just kind of like carry us on out of this episode. Because again, it's fantastic.
You're selling it pretty high. It better be fucking amazing.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
So we had like I said at the start of this, the voicemail thing. The reason we had so many of them, it involved a contest. So we've got 13 people made it in before the deadline.
Okay.
And of those 13, Zach has his phone here with a random little number generator.
And for people that don't know, we only announced the contest at the end of our Wednesday and Friday episodes. You actually had to listen to the episode to know how to enter this contest.
Yes.
It was for our true fans.
Since it was an anniversary giveaway, this is for people who listened all the way through to the ends of either the Wednesday or Friday episodes. And it had and unfortunately, well, no, because the only time we mentioned the number was for patrons on Slack and then in the episodes.
Yep.
Until Sunday, and then we announced it to the general public.
Yes.
So we're only people who entered by the Saturday deadline we set in Wednesday and Friday were entered. 13 of them. Unfortunately, that doesn't work for a normal dice roll, so Zach's got his D13 roller here on his phone. Random number generator. Zach, what is the winning number?
11.
11. All right. That would be 13. 11 is... It's Patrick. Congratulations, Patrick. Your voicemail that you sent in an email clarification about how not good it was good enough to win. So we'll get in touch with you, Patrick, about...
We've got your phone number.
Yeah, we're just going to fucking call you.
3 o'clock in the morning. Patrick.
We're going to be outside your window.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a the Tenacious D song? The Tenacious D song "Lee" is about them obsessing over a fan.
Oh yeah, of Lee.
Yeah, Lee. Yes. And on their TV show, I think there's a part of where they stalk him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's in the movie. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know any of this.
Good.
Just going to go along with it. But yeah, so thanks everybody who entered, who listened and got their voicemails in on time. Patrick, congratulations on winning that.
Indeed.
We're going to leave that number up. I'm going to change the voicemail. So if you ever just feel squirrely and you don't want to send an email or you don't want to tweet us or whatever, you can call us. That's now a new official way to interact with the Mile High Game Guys.
And it's nice too because none of us have to read it.
Yeah.
I like it.
We just hit play.
Yeah. You can curse in French all you want.
So if you want to get a hold of us, you have multiple ways to do so. You can send us emails.
Emails at milehighgameguys.com.
You can tweet us on Twitter, where I tweet under at MHGameGuys.
I am Zach_MHGG.
I am Jeff_MHGG.
We also have Facebook and Instagram, both /MileHighGameGuys. Our website, milehighgameguys.com, has links to our BGG guild number 2731, with weekly episode posts. It has a link to our Slack channel with a whole bunch of people talking about all kinds of things, movies, video games, board games, politics, Supreme Court decisions, soccer tournaments, badminton. It's all over the fucking place.
Badminton? Cricket?
Cricket.
Weird sports that Americans don't play.
There was bees on the field, man.
There's also a link to our Patreon, patreon.com/milehighgameguys, if you want to support the show with your monies.
This is what you get for doing it. So
It's your fault, not ours.
You keep us going. And now there's the ability to actually call and leave a voicemail. 702-720-MHGG. That's
6444.
Yes, 6444. And you can do that, and I'll try and re-record a new voicemail message. It's just like, hey, this is the Mile High Game Guys voicemail line. Leave us voicemails. But yeah, we enjoyed hearing from all of you. We enjoyed rambling about the state of the podcast, the future of the podcast. We're excited to move into some video and things here in the future. And hopefully you guys are excited for where we're going from here as well. On that note, here is the last of the voicemails. And hopefully I didn't build it up too much. I mean, it is only Boyd. But here's Boyd's voicemail to carry us on out of the show.
Hello, Mile H Game G's. Congratulations on the 3-year anniversary. This is Boyd from the United States of Texas. Y'all are my favorite podcast, but you've given a lot of people shit over those $1 Patreon pledges, so now I'm returning the favor. I asked a few people what they thought of y'all and got quite the response. Enjoy and take care.
Excuse me, is that your nose or did a bus park on your face?
You two-toned, zebra-headed, slime-coated, pimple-farming, paramecium brain, munching on your own mucus.
Frankly, you're beginning to smell. A worthless, steaming pile of cow dung.
You have way too much pubic hair. You're not as popular as you think you are.
You're a real hooker.
You are a fart factory.
Hey, nice clothes, gentlemen. I didn't know the Salvation Army was having a sale. I don't want to tell them what a ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Does Santa know that you left the workshop? Loser! Idiot! Wimp! Degenerate!
You have a funny-looking body. Your titties are far apart.
Did your parents lose a bet with God?
You're a fat loser and you have body odor.
His mama is so fat! Her blood type is rock and roll!
You have no style or sense of fashion.
You are a sad, strange little man.
I don't like your jerk-off name. I don't like your jerk-off face. I don't like your jerk-off behavior. And I don't like you. Jerk-off.
You stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerve herder.
You son of a motherless goat!
Fuck you and kiss my ass.
You're physically repulsive, intellectually retarded, vulgar, insensitive, selfish, stupid. You have no taste, a lousy sense of humor, and you smell.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Take care.
And that's our 3-year anniversary.
Never felt more loved.
Thanks, everybody, for participating. As always, I've been your host, Adrian.
I am still Zach.
And I'm Leather Jeff.
Bye.
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 Punchboard Media, where we all
bring something
to the table.
Pull up a chair
at punchboardmedia.com.